Nissan makes cars
All right.
thrill. Experience the thrill yourself today.
We are here in Wrigley Field for the 9th inning between this awesome series between two high-powered offenses that have been pretty much shut down today. Cubs, Diamondbacks all tied at 1 in the top of the 9th. And the Cubs' new closer, Ryan Presley, will come into the game to try and shut down Arizona's lineup and send it to the bottom of the 9th where the Cubs can try and walk it off. First batter that Presley will have to face is Lourdes. And Lourdes hits a high fly ball into left field. Happ is over there and makes the catch in foul territory. One pitch, one out in the top of the 9th.
Not an easy play on a day like today, the way that wind is blowing as you approach the wall. You see
And a really nice play by Ian Happ in the corner.
Presley was actually credited with the win in Friday's game.
Now up to bat for the Diamondbacks, Alek Thomas. As that one is up high for ball one. Alek Thomas is a lefty, Ryan Presley is a righty. Thomas has been shut down today, 0 for 3 with a strikeout in his last at-bat in the 6th. And that one's fouled back. Count all tied at 1.
But the players don't get to pick. It's the official scorer's job, and it's an understandable ruling.
Rare rule used in that situation. 1-1.
Check swing. He didn't go. Ball was up high, 2-1. In the corner. Didn't get the call, 3-1.
From Ryan Presley. Those really good weapons for him, and that's well placed, just got pinched.
That caught a lot of plate. Here's the 3-1. Thomas hits a high fly ball to center field, backing up his PCA at the warning track at the wall, and he makes the catch. 2 outs in the top of the 9th.
Use the whole ballpark, Ryan. Feel like today, the wind blowing in, be aggressive. Scary moment, though. All the way to the wall goes GCA before hauling it in.
And now the last hope for the Diamondbacks, presumably in the top of the 9th.
Couple inches to spare before we hit the wall.
Is Tawa. Up and in, ball 1.
Watching the Cubs when I was a kid, and that one would always blow out.
Tim Tawa is the batter for the Diamondbacks.
Blown out on Friday and Saturday too.
He's 0 for 2. And that one drops into the zone. Strike 1. Count all tied at 1. Really nice breaking ball there from Presley. One pitch. Tawa fouls that one off. And he's down to his last strike.
Inside part of the plate. As for that two-seamer action in on the hands. Always look good in this series. Homer yesterday, solid contact here today.
Payoff pitch from Presley. Down. Ball 2.
Jim Power lurking near the bottom of the Diamondback.
Count all tied at 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tim Tawa chases at the breaking ball in the dirt. And the Cubs can walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. We'll be right back from Wrigley. Wrigley Field, bottom of the 9th. Arizona 1, Chicago 1. This is going to be a fun one. Seiya will lead off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 9th. And he'll face new pitcher into the game for Arizona, Shelby Miller.
The Diamondback uniform. He was,
And in 7 games so far this season for the Snakes, hasn't allowed a run in 8 innings, 29.6 strikeout rate, 7.4 walk rate, and 37.5 ground ball rate. Here we go. Miller and Seiya, righty-righty, first pitch. Seiya fouls it back. 0-1.
Swings and fouls out back at the screen.
Seiya's 0 for 3, last at bat in the 6th. He grounded out.
Homer here causes a party at home plate.
Ooh, that was a really nice pitch. In the zone for strike 2. That was a really nice pitch from Shelby Miller. Quickly 0-2 on Seiya. Payoff pitch. Down low. Ball 1. Big pitch here. The 1-2 delivery. Ground ball. Hampson's got it. Throws it. 1 out. Up to bat now for the Cubs, the first baseman, Michael Busch.
A long and winding road for Shelby Miller. First came to the big leagues with the Cardinals back in 2012. Moved down to Atlanta. Was traded to the Diamondbacks for Dansby Swanson.
That one misses down low in the dirt. Ball 1. Michael Busch so far today.
Had a little time with the Cubs.
1 for 2 with a single, a walk, a run batted in, and a stolen base. He's having a really good season
Over the last 4 seasons.
for
Call that an immaculate grid grade.
Michael Busch. That one's fouled off. 1-1.
Michael Busch responsible for the only run for the Cubs today. They have to go back to the first RBI single. Drove it in half.
The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Busch chases one down below, and it's 1-2.
Finger pitch.
One gone, nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. Game all tied at 1. Here's the 1-2. Outside. Count tied up at 2.
Good time to put an Easter egg into the basket, boys. We agree, Pam.
Big pitch. Got him looking.
Third strike.
A fastball at the top of the zone. Freezes Busch. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th.
It's the top of the zone with that 94-mile-an-hour heater. That's tough pitch to handle.
There's nothing Michael Busch could do about it. Really good pitch from Shelby Miller.
First game the
And
Cubs
now
ever played in this ballpark was
Dansby comes up to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. That one misses outside. Ball 1.
Wheatland Park.
Dansby's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Having a pretty
Somebody up here is
slow start to the season.
for mentioning the extra inning affair.
Here's the pitch.
It's a straight
Right down the pipe, and the count is all tied up at 1.
59 minutes, 39 minutes. Series finale, sweep on the line. That this would go to extra innings.
Here's the 1-1, just below the zone. 2-1 in Dansby's favor.
Day for Dansby, ground out a couple strikeouts. It could all change with one swing of the bat.
Two-one.
Check swing, didn't go around.
No, Alex, it can't go
It's
right.
3-1 on Dansby.
Like the Michael Jordan of the check swing call.
Undefeated right now.
Big pitch here. In the zone, taken for a strike. And the count is full. 2 outs. Bob in the ninth. Game all tied at 1. The biggest pitch of the ball game so far coming up.
Full count, 2 outs, bottom 9, tied at 1.
Miller delivers. Check swing. He went around. Strike 3 called by the umpire, down by first base. And we'll head to extras. And yeah, it looked like Dansby went.
Let's go to the 10th.
We'll head to the 10th in Wrigley.
Diamondbacks.
Welcome back to Wrigley. New pitcher for the Cubs, Jordan Wicks, is into the game to relieve Ryan Presley. He'll come in to start the top of the 10th.
Friday and last year, 11 appearances.
And
ERA in 46 innings and comes in a big spot.
his ERA ballooned up to 5.48 after a rough outing on Friday in what everyone describes, including myself, as the game of the year. Tim Tawa is the placement runner at second for the Diamondbacks. Here's Jose Herrera to bat for the Diamondbacks, and Wicks steps off.
The unfortunate infinite ERA.
Herrera lays down a bunt. Coming over is Michael Bush, but Wicks had it, and he threw it away. This will give Arizona the lead. Tawa scores on the air from Jordan Wicks. And my goodness, he is having a rough series. Herrera's now at second after the error, as Bush came racing over, but Wicks made the play and then threw it away. And he tosses it, and oh, it just got by Nico.
What a great throw, but clearly one that should have been caught.
It dropped down toward the dirt. I don't know if it got under Nico's glove or Nico just misjudged it. But either way, the ball got away, and the Diamondbacks have a 2-1 lead. Herrera now at second, no one out. Here's Eugenio Suarez.
The pitch hitter, it's Gino. Eugenio Suarez.
And, oh. Yeah, Nico definitely misjudged that. He just missed it. Inside, ball 2. Yeah, that was a very weird play that has swung the game, for now, in the Diamondbacks' favor. 3-0 on Eugenio Suarez.
They get their man over, they get him in, and the air puts
Torey Lovullo looking on. Herrera at second, Arizona in the lead. Suarez ahead, 3-0 in the count. No one out. Here's a big pitch here. Ground ball up the middle, and a sliding stop by Nico, but he mishandled it. And Herrera nearly gets picked off at third. And the Diamondbacks have runners at the corners, with no one out in the top of the 10th.
Nico gets that one cleanly. It would have been a very difficult play at first base, so that'll be an infield knock for Suarez. Couldn't have to play a long time in infield.
Yeah, it was in the glove of Nico, but it just popped out.
But the play is get it over there in a hurry, just in case he takes an extra.
Runners at the corners, nobody out. Here's the leadoff man, Corbin Carroll. And that slider drops in the zone for a strike. 0-1.
Runners at the corners. Nobody out. 2-1.
Corbin Carroll today is 0 for 4 with a pop out in his last at bat in the 7th. He calls time here.
Nico on the work play, throwing that to third also. Saved a run for the time being. That ball goes into center. And it's a 3-1 game.
Inside, The count is all tied at 1. Looks like Jordan Wicks is just really having trouble right now.
Exploit this left-on-left matchup and get the punch out here from Carroll. And the strikeout rate is up this year.
1-1 pitch. Tapped foul. 1-2 now the count.
With higher power and higher OPS, sometimes comes more strikeouts. Carroll came into the game with a 1096 OPS. 7 round trippers.
Swing and a miss. Oh!
It's tipped.
Carson Kelly could not hang on to the ball as Carroll tipped it. It would have been strike 3 if Kelly could have hanged on, but he could not. Another 1-2 pitch. Down in the dirt. The count is all tied at 2. And man, you got to think, depending on how this at-bat goes, if Corbin Carroll gets on, Carson Kelly's going to be kicking himself.
Signature secondary, a changeup. 2-2.
2-2 pitch. Carroll pops it foul,
Just in front of us.
and he'll see another. Nobody out. Suarez at first, Herrera at third.
Just like we expected earlier today.
Here's the 2-2 from Wicks. Carroll pops it up, and it's in shallow center. Dansby makes the catch. Herrera gets back to third. Suarez stops at first. 1 gone in the top of the 10th. And now for the Cubs, the inning-ending double play ball is in effect.
First out here.
As coming up to the plate for the Diamondbacks, it's the shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo.
Yeah, now you start to think about the
Perdomo's had a solid season.
as an option for the
Not a great day today. 0 for 4 with a ground out in the 8th.
Middle infielders going to play about halfway in.
Fires over the first. Suarez gets back in time.
Perdomo 2 for 5 on Friday, 0 for 4 yesterday, 0 for 4 today.
First pitch catches the zone. Strike 1.
Sharply hit ground ball with any pace. You're thinking 2, chopper, slow roller, plays to the plate.
A 1.
Perdomo hits one. Caught by Nico Horner. What a play.
There's a little redemption.
Air Nico is back.
This one ticketed for right field, but Nico leaps
Woo.
perfectly timed.
What a catch
Saves the run, and maybe the ball
by the defensive-minded second baseman of the Chicago Cubs. That for sure saved a run. As Carson Kelly will come out to the mound. We're going to get a mound visit.
Nice play by Nico. A big gap back here
As the
for
pitching
Jordan
coach of the
Wicks.
Cubs comes out to talk to Jordan Wicks before they face pinch hitter Randall Grichuk.
position with Grichuk and Smith. Smith was the first baseman today, but that's usually Naylor's job. Grichuk really good against left-handed pitching. Pinch hitting's a different animal, though. Not an easy job.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Top 10.
Here's the first pitch to Grichuk in the zone, strike 1.
This is where the changeup really plays for Jordan against those right-handed hitters. You get a lot of swing and miss with that pitch.
A 1.
0-1 pitch.
Nice stop.
Got away from Kelly. It dropped in the dirt, but he got back to it. Runners don't move. Count is untied at 1. 2 outs, top of the 10th. Runners at the corners. Diamondbacks with a 1-run lead. Trying to get more. Wicks delivers. Grichuk fouls it back. And it's 1-2 now.
Started with an E4. 2 outs.
Big pitch here to get out of the inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Grichuk chases the breaking ball in the dirt. And the Diamondbacks get the lead off of an error. Let's see if they can hold on. We'll be right back from Wrigley. Welcome to the bottom of the 10th. Diamondbacks got a run in the top of the 10th. They lead 2-1.
Nice track record in 2025. Huge triple.
Let's see what will happen here. The Cubs.
Let's do that again. Why not?
Will try and tie it, and maybe even walk it off, as the first batter for the Cubs will be Nico. Today he's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Having a decent season so far. Shelby Miller stays out there for the Diamondbacks. Dansby is the placement runner at second. First pitch from the righty Miller to the righty Nico is a ground ball up the middle, and it gets away. Dansby's gonna score. And just like that, the Cubs have tied it up. As the ball got away from Tim Tawa, and it went into shallow left, and Dansby's too fast. Perdomo had no play. It has been ruled a RBI single for Nico, and they throw over to first to check on him. Nico gets back in time. He's the game-winning run. PCA's at the plate. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout in the 7th. PCA shows bunt. He popped it up. Nico was at second, and he's pissed.
If you're up there bunting in that situation, you should be able to pick up the base runner and just run it out back and let him steal the base.
Oh and 1 on PCA. Nico at first. He's the game-winning run. PCA fouls it off. It's quickly 0-2 on him. Cubs fans chanting PCA, trying to will him on here. 0-2 on him. The payoff pitch from Shelby Miller. PCA fouls it back. Stays alive.
The Diamondbacks are thinking maybe one shot with a splitter down and away. We're back up top.
Nobody out. Game tied. Game-winning run at first. Here's the pitch. PCA hits a high ball, and it went way up there foul. And he's going to battle here.
Game, bottom 10. Nico Horner after an RBI single at first, representing the potential game-winning run.
Another 0-2 pitch. Up high. Ball 1.
Great tape.
PCA fouls another one off. And the battle continues.
Good hold Takes Nico to third base in all likelihood.
Ground ball chopped. Miller's got it. Throws over to second, and they got him.
Man, I don't think so.
Look towards the dugout.
Craig Counsell's looking.
We're going to take a look at this one.
Will the Cubs challenge? Yes.
Yep.
As Miller went to second to try and get Nico, the speedy Nico. Oh, it's so close.
Close. In real time, I thought he was.
Oh, he's
fairly
out.
safe.
He's
I
out.
don't think they're going to get this overturned. I think this is going
Perdomo had the ball in the glove just, and I mean just, before Nico had his hands on second base. Right before. Oh my goodness. That's as close as you can get.
Taking a second look, a second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Western Medicine. Brown thinks he's safe.
Cubs fans think he's safe. I don't. Unfortunately, for the home crowd.
He could be out by a foot and a half. And the crowd
Oh
don't think
my
he was safe.
goodness. Wow, that is so close. If he was just a second faster, he had it.
After review, the call to field is confirmed. The runner is out. Chicago will lose their challenge.
So the Cubs lose their challenge. The call on the field stands, and man. Whew.
Calls confirmed.
From the naked eye at first, I thought he was safe. So PCA is now at first. Up to bat for the Cubs, it's the catcher Carson Kelly, who's having a really awesome season. Today, not so awesome. 0 for 3, a pop out, fly out, and a ground out. Here's the first pitch from Miller to Kelly, and instead checks on PCA, and PCA gets back. PCA the game-winning run at first. He's going. And he's safe. PCA steals second. And the Cubs have the game-winning run in scoring position. It was not really a good throw by Herrera. And he almost slid off. Woo-hoo, he almost slid off.
The bigger question for PCA
Woo.
is can he maintain contact? He brings so much speed into the base.
By the way, that was a strike on Kelly, so it's 0-1. Up high, count all tied at 1.
As you said, no lead, just, man, lightning.
Goes from 0 to 60 in a hurry, doesn't he?
It's incredible to watch. Man.
PCA the game-winning run in scoring position.
Run at second.
The 1-1 pitch to Kelly.
1-1.
Kelly hits a high fly ball to left field. Under it is Lourdes. Makes the catch. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. PCA stays put. And now the last hope for the Cubs is John Birdie, the third baseman, and Carson Kelly right away knew he got under it. Today, John Birdie is 1 for 3 with a single.
John Birdie. Single in the 8th.
And Birdie shoots that one foul.
We had the Easter Bodie highlight earlier. Maybe
Birdie in his first year with the Cubs was with the Yankees last year. And then was with the Marlins before that. Having a decent season. Let's see if he can provide a walk-off hit here for the Cubbies. He's down 0-1 right now. Here's the pitch. Just missed. Count is all tied at 1.
Caught the corner.
One. Up high. 2-1.
Diamondback outfielders shorten up. give themselves a fighting chance on a solid
The
single.
2-1 offering from Shelby Miller. Up high and in. 3-1 now. The count on Birdie. He is also the 9-hitter. So the order for the Cubs will turn over to the top if Birdie can walk. Big pitch here, 3-1. Birdie hits a high fly ball into right field. Corbin Carroll's under it to make the catch. We're heading to the 11th inning in Wrigley after the Cubs tied it thanks to Nico Horner's RBI infield single that scored Dansby. We'll be right back from Wrigley. We're here in the 11th here in Wrigley. Jordan Wicks will come out to pitch another inning.
Josh Naylor.
And the placement runner for Arizona is Perdomo.
11 with the runner at second.
Game all tied at 2. And now the DH for the Diamondbacks. In his first season with Arizona, the former Guardian, it's Josh. A curveball that missed outside. It's 1-0. Josh Naylor having a really good season. 2 for 4 today. 2 singles, one of them produced an RBI.
D-backs relinquish the DH. But in extra innings.
Naylor hits a ground ball. And it's fair. Perdomo's around third, and he'll score easily. Another RBI for Josh Naylor, and it gives the Diamondbacks the lead.
Like Nico Horner in the last half, wasting no time jumping on that first pitch. Bush a little incredulous here at the end of this play. I think he thought that ball was foul the way he reacted.
So Josh on first, no one out. Arizona now in the lead. Here's Lourdes to the plate.
Really a fair ball.
That one drops in the zone.
It's an interesting rule.
Strike one.
The pitcher doesn't have to be the Manfred man out there at second base.
On that ball could have been Shelby Miller at second. Would have scored.
Ground ball. Birdie's got it. Fires over to first. And there's one gone in the top of the 11th. Naylor moves up to second.
So Naylor to second. It's already been thrown out at the plate.
Now Alec Thomas will come up to bat.
With one out, here's Alec Thomas.
Thomas in center field for Arizona.
JD, you were talking about
0 for 4 with a flyout back in the 9th inning.
Justin Martinez wasn't in. Now warming up in the Arizona bullpen, it's not Justin Martinez, it's Dre Jameson.
Yeah, Martinez just must not be available.
Wick steps off. Naylor gets back to second. We got action in the Diamondbacks bullpen.
He would be
It's Jameson.
the de facto closer now that Buck is on the IL.
That one's in the center field for a base hit. Josh Naylor will stop at third. And it's a single for Alec Thomas. And the Diamondbacks have the runners on the corners with one out in the top of the 11th. With the lead, 3-2.
Breaking ball stays on the plate. Thomas puts a good swing on it. Did not get
Up to bat now
had to read that ball
for the
off bat.
Snakes.
No real chance to score him.
Tim Tawa.
It's Tim Tawa. First pitch is up high and outside, 1-0. Tim Tawa 0 for 3, walked today, got a run, and stole a base.
Wicks delivers.
Swing and a miss. Fastball blown by at 94 at the top of the zone. 1-1.
I mean, I know they only threw 5 pitches on Friday, but the fastball playing a tick up here for Wicks. Bunch of 94s. The other day was more 92 to 93.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss again. Another fastball in the exact same spot in the zone. It's 1-2. payoff from Wicks. Tawa fouls that one back, and he'll see another.
Situations, you start with a man on second base every time you're out there.
One, two, down in the dirt.
What did you think the first time?
The count is all tied at 2.
In action, has that changed since over time?
I was, it felt a little funky initially.
Josh at third, Thomas at first. Tim Tawa at the plate. Trying to draw in some runs. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tawa swings and misses at a pitch that was inside, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 11th. A huge strikeout from Jordan Wicks. And the sac fly is gone for Arizona. So what could be the last batter for the Diamondbacks here in the top of the 11th. And we're going to get a mound visit before we see who it is. It might be Gabriel Moreno pinch hitting.
They removed the DH from the D-backs. They've used both their catchers. It's interesting here in the 11th inning. Series finale, Cubs, Diamondbacks. Cubs won the first 2 games. Friday was a real yawner. Honestly, one of the best games.
Yeah, you can watch baseball for the next 100 years and maybe not see a game like that.
And up to bat for the Diamondbacks, it indeed is Moreno. Gabriel Moreno. Up to the plate to face Jordan Wicks, his first at bat today, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. Inside, and the count is all tied at 1. Josh Naylor tried to steal home, and he got thrown out at the plate.
I'm not sure he was on board with
And what's going on here? Looks like they're going to look at it.
Arizona is challenging the out call.
The Diamondbacks, Torey Luvola will challenge this. Let's see what happened here. Josh Naylor out of nowhere tried to catch Jordan Wicks napping and steal home. And he's out. Barely.
I did not have Josh Naylor trying to steal home in the 11th inning on my Easter Sunday bingo card, but here we are.
And
that call will stand.
I mean, hell of an effort by Josh, but that's not the time to do it. Because we saw what the Cubs did in the last inning. Arizona scored. The Cubs answered right back. Arizona scored quickly again. The Cubs, with their potent offense, can answer right back and even win this thing. But yeah, Josh is for sure out. That was a great throw from Wicks and a great tag applied by Kelly. And we'll head to the bottom of the 11th. The Diamondbacks lead 3-2. And Josh Naylor got caught stealing, and man, that was surprising. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 11th.
Cubs trail.
Well, welcome back to the bottom of the 11th. Josh Naylor giveth, Josh Naylor taketh away. That's my my statement of the day for the top of the 11th. Josh gave him the lead on an RBI single to start off the 11th, and then got caught stealing at home to end the 11th. So Josh giveth, Josh taketh away. Cubs lead. Top of the order comes to the plate. Ian Happ will be the batter. New pitcher for the Diamondbacks. It's Dre Jameson. 6.2 innings, an ERA at 2.70, 2 homers allowed, 35% strikeout rate, hasn't walked anybody, a 55% ground ball rate. The Cubs placement runner at second is John Birdie. First pitch is inside on Happ, 1-0. And Ian Happ is the game-winning run at the plate.
Kyle Tucker on deck.
Jameson fires, and that misses outside. 2-0.
Despite that big arm, he starts slider changeup to Happ. Puts himself in a 2-0 hole.
Look over at second, 2-0 pitch. Inside for a strike. 2-1. Happ did not like that call.
Yep. Well, front door, 99-mile-per-hour heater. Good luck.
Look over at Birdie at second, now fires. Happ hits this one up the middle, caught by Perdomo, and Birdie was running, and that's a double play. Oh, that is very unfortunate for the Cubs. But what a play by Perdomo, as it was right to him, and John Birdie had no way of getting back. There was nothing he could do. Great play by Geraldo Perdomo.
Even if he freezes immediately, he's not going to get back.
And now, Kyle Tucker to the plate, and he fouls off the first pitch that he sees, 0-1. Kyle Tucker, who has been red hot to start the year in his first season on the north side, looking like an MVP candidate. Let's see if he's got another clutch swing in him. Whoa, that one's way up high, and Moreno can't corral it. But luckily for him, Birdie's not on the base paths anymore. It's 1-1.
Extra innings.
After the game we saw on Friday, and the game we're seeing right now, you gotta wonder, this would be an awesome playoff series. Up high and outside, as Jameson's struggling to find the strike zone. It's 2-1 on King Tuck. Tucker hits a fly ball to center field, and Thomas is under it, and that's going to do it. The Diamondbacks win in Wrigley in the 11th inning in a very fun ball game here on Easter. What a win for the Snakes. Snakes indeed are alive. See y'all later. RBI out. Peace.